Evening, my lovely yogis. Have a few moments just to get yourself in place and settle. It always just takes a minute or so just to kind of arrive in this space. Have your bits around you. You can turn the phone to silent or off. And then we can just take a lovely deep breath. Sigh on the exhale and arrive in your yoga space. Have a moment to check in with how you're feeling. Reflect on your day and how you're feeling maybe as a result of your day or what's happened. And if you haven't had the greatest of days, things have, got on top of you or upset you, we can put all that aside. We have the blessing that we can change our thoughts in an instant, change the way we feel by changing how we think. And I always find when I'm possibly in a little bit of a negative dive or space, that just coming up with something that I feel grateful for, it instantly changes your state and your vibration. You can't be negative when you're in gratitude. So thinking this evening just of one thing that you're grateful for. And maybe it is for the lighter evening and the hope and the arrival of summer soon. As you breathe, just check in with how you're feeling physically. Where are you holding the tension of your day? Is it upper body or lower body? Can you isolate it to the neck or shoulders? We all have usually an area of the body where we know we're holding tension. And it might not be from the day. Sometimes we can hold tension for decades and then we just get used to it. It becomes a familiar feeling in the body and we live comfortably next to it somehow. And we can have this time on our mat to look at what we feel in our body and ask it questions, whether it has been with us a long time, a certain sensation, or whether it's a new arrival. If it's been with us a while, can we unravel where it came from? Do we know the situation or the time in our life? And we can gradually coax whatever we are holding downstairs, one step at a time, with our yin practice, exploring why we're holding it and maybe if we don't need to anymore. Often things that we hold within us energetically, mentally, physically, cannot even be ours. There's something from our parents, a belief, a trait that we've just taken on board. Like in a little knapsack, we carry it with us as well. And through this practice, we can look to see whether we want to keep it or not. Discard. So if you're lying down, have a few moments now, hug your knees in, have a nice rock. And if you're already seated, then just maybe roll the shoulders and feel how you're feeling in your upper back, shoulder blades. And we'll come to seated. Zazen, quiet meditation. Just a little share, certainly years ago when I went through some therapy, it was very interesting to analyse what I was holding and whether it was my mum's or my dad's. And it was like a jar full of stuff that was me, and I just took all the bits out, regularly, looked at it and thought, is that mine or is that someone else's? And that was then the time to release. It's quite an interesting practice. So just a little share there based on what I was saying earlier. So we're going to have some quiet time, and the mind may very much wander now after what I've sort of just planted with you about maybe what we're holding in our body and where. So allow the thoughts to come and go without getting upset that we're holding a thought. Just be the witness, cultivate that awareness of consciousness around your thoughts. Come back to the breath when you feel like you want to, and just the gap between the thoughts may come and then another one may come in, and we'll sit with it. It's really lovely to give yourself silence. It's the one thing that we can really honour things in our life is with silence. So just rest your hands, get comfortable, allow your face to relax and drop the eyelids. And we'll just sit with ourselves, witnessing our thoughts. Just following your breath in between the thoughts coming up. Come back to being the witness. Notice where your mind is. And gently, as we take one more breath, and bringing yourself back round, back into our practice. How did that feel? I didn't want to talk too much through that. I just wanted you to go off with your thoughts, whether you were conscious of them, whether you weren't conscious of them, and then just caught yourself at momentarily time and here and there throughout the practice. It always feels so different. We're going to come into turtle, our first pose. So quite compressive. If you've got issues with your knees, I would say padding under the knees and maybe also some padding behind the knees, because it just sort of releases the stretch on the knee joint here. And if you want sort of something under the belly as you come down, see what feels right for you today. Some days you might want the props, other days you may not need them, so see how it feels. Coming down, bringing the head down, bring the hands back to feet in this child's pose that we call turtle in yin. And just taking a few moments to settle, let the shoulders relax and roll forwards. Lovely stretch for the back. If you want a block for your head, you might want to start off with something just as we ease into the stretch. And trying to take lovely deep breaths. Notice if you're tense in your abdomen and belly. Relaxing your calf muscles, around your thighs. And as you breathe, you can feel a lovely expansion in the back of your upper body. Relaxing upper arms and shoulders. If at any time you need to come out or adjust yourself, please do. And just keep exploring where else you can relax. As things start to stretch, you might just adjust yourself a bit more. And we'll take one lovely deep breath here. And slowly coming up. So not the full length of time there, just wanted to start with that pose, just about 3 minutes. Let's relax back. Releasing your legs, enjoying how this feels. And as this is an evening practice and you may well have eaten something earlier, just notice if you're feeling any, the digestive system is moving, making little funny noises. So soften here. Take a few moments to let your back relax. Relax the shoulders, your face. And where are you feeling any tingling or coolness? Maybe the top of the feet, around the backs of the knees or thighs. That pose is very stimulating on our stomach. So if you did hear your tummy rumbling, where we were leaning on our shins, that is the stomach meridian. So when you're ready, let's just draw knees in, have a nice little hug. Take your time, there's no rush this evening. We can just roll slowly side to side, feeling whatever we feel in the lower back, mid back, upper back. And then gently rolling up to seated. We'll come into caterpillar. So another pose where we're leaning forward, but obviously the legs are outstretched. We're not in a compression here. So if you want something under knees, that's always lovely to support. Otherwise, we can just bring the body forwards. And this pose is really lovely for our urinary bladder channel. Start to relax your legs. The feet may rotate outwards. And as you breathe deeply, we can start to soften through the back of the body and neck. Shoulders soften. Relaxing hands and wrists. But still directing your breath to the belly. Keep noticing what else you can release and relax. Constant observation. How do you feel? What do you feel? Where do you feel it? Is this most felt behind the legs? Or through the lower back or upper back? Can you relax your face still? How does this pose feel for you tonight? Are you enjoying it? Does it feel easy to relax into it, or has it been a challenge? Does the body reflect the mind? Is there resistance?
Keep looking for other areas you can let go. And maybe as we're just coming towards the end of it, maybe just take a few moments to see if you can progress the pose just a little. Just deepen the stretch. Let's take 3 breaths. And when you're ready, nice and slowly, almost slow motion, lifting up, really observing how it feels through your back and neck. Coming to that upright position and just enjoy that roll down, that relief in your body. Nice deep inhale, lovely sigh on the exhale. Relax the shoulders. And if your eyes are closed, you can really just hone in on what you're feeling. As you breathe deeply here, how does it feel through your upper back as you feel the connection to your mat? And maybe the lower back, that lumbar part, you can just relax the muscles through your back. Notice the shape of your spine. And just a few calm breaths here. Just witnessing whatever we're feeling. And we'll gently hug our knees in, right then left. Again, enjoy a nice rock. Feel the muscles down the sides of the back. And then just rolling slowly up to seated. Into dragonfly. So wide-legged stance. Again, we're bringing the legs into a completely different position. We've had them folded, extended, and now a nice wide pose. And a third position where we're bringing the body forward. But in each instance, it will have felt very different through the back. So just relax. Again, if you want something under the legs, small blanket's ideal. And then just resting forward. Keep the arms nice and sort of relaxed and the wrists and hands relaxed. Take the time to settle into this pose. It always takes me the whole 5 minutes to really get to a point where I'm really soft. Softening the feet and ankles, relaxing through the inner legs and thighs, and enjoying that stretch that you feel. Go to 70%. Start to relax your upper body and shoulders and neck and face. Awareness on your breath. Maybe eyes closed, just tune inwardly. And just keep checking physically through the body whether there's a tension in your feet, relaxing around ankles and heels. And with this pose that comes forward, notice if you are breathing fully or whether the breath feels just like half breaths. Can we take the deep, full inhale and see the exhale to the end? Really feel the ribs expand. As this pose might feel a little bit easier after a few minutes, see if you can move into it a bit more, if it creates some fresh sensation. Keep relaxing, soften around the knees. Just notice how far you are into your stretch. Whether you need to pull back a little, or whether you're just in the right place or move further into it. Do you feel the stretch in one leg more than the other? And just as we come to the last few breaths here, notice if you've really kind of progressed this pose from where you started. So when you're ready, let's gently lift up, enjoying that kind of release, like a tight elastic band. As you let go, it just finds its softness again. Let's find neutral. We're going to come into either bench or heart bench next. So we'll take the body backwards. Let's have a moment just on the mat. Nice deep breath in. A lovely relaxing sigh on the exhale. Try and relax your buttocks, the muscles either side of your lumbar spine. How do you feel through your shoulder blades? Notice how you're feeling internally. Is there like what I want to sort of describe as an internal smile? Does your body feel joyful in your practice? Just follow your breath, be in the moment. We only ever have the now and this moment there. Past is always lots of previous moments and nows. And the future will yet be lots of present nows, but yet to come. So the only place we can ever really be is here.
Let's hug our knees in. As you do this, just decide whether you want to use a cushion and just have a very soft bench pose next, or whether you feel like you really would like to stretch through your upper back with a couple of blocks and heart bench. Entirely up to you. Listen, really listen to what your body needs. This evening I'm going to come into heart bench, because I know that my body will feel the benefits of it. But if you feel like you just need something softer, as say, use a cushion, lie back over, and enjoy the softness of it. So when you're ready, if you're using the blocks like I am, just take a few moments to really place them where you know you can just relax for a while. It might take a few moments to fidget. And that block behind the back, behind the heart area, in alignment with your spine, and then just want to rest the head. If you're using a cushion, just simply lie back over a cushion, enjoying the lovely stretch through the thoracic part of your body. Whichever pose you've chosen, just relax. Find even the smallest bit of tension in your body, and just tell yourself to let it go. You might have to do this repeatedly. Our body has a tendency to just tense up unknowingly. Relax the belly. Again, you might hear the digestive system going, where we're stimulating this area. If your eyes are closed, just allow the muscles around your eyes to be relaxed. Release your forehead and jaw. And you can enjoy some lovely deep belly breaths here. Relaxing shoulders, upper back. What feels good about this stretch this evening? Just witness your thoughts right now. What was that last thought going through your mind? And without stopping that thought, allow it, just follow it consciously. Can you enjoy your breath, the rise and fall of your belly with every inhale and exhale? And just enjoying the feeling of being grateful for every breath that follows the next. And hopefully with ease. And just enjoying this pose with a few more breaths. And very consciously and slowly coming up. So lifting the head, using your arms to support the lift of your body. And we'll either pop the blocks or a cushion to the side, coming down. And having a moment to reflect how you feel, how different your body feels after that pose from the earlier poses. Just take the time to relax. Keep looking through your back for tension. Relax the buttocks. Check in with your breath, whether it's slow and steady or erratic in any way. And gradually we'll draw our knees in. We're going to come into banana now, so we're stretching into the sides of our body, so stimulating gallbladder. If you want to bring a blanket over you when you do this, please do, because we're in a lying position, and after these two poses we'll relax. So please get as comfortable as you want to. So I'm going to join you with a little blanket. Coming to just a lying position again. We'll bring the feet over to the right lower corner and just bring your right foot over your left ankle. Start to shuffle the shoulders to top right so everything moves to the right. And then maybe just sort of release around the buttocks if you need to soften around there and get comfortable. And just let your arms relax. Loosen through your feet and ankles, any tightness. And just explore any tightness in the legs and thighs. Feeling a lovely stretch through the left side of your waist. But also notice if you're holding a tension on either side, right or left. Lower back. How does this pose feel? Are you comfortable? If you need to adjust, loosen out of it, or go into it further, just explore what you need this evening. There'll be times when we come into this pose and you'll really, really enjoy a deep stretch. And then there'll be times when you actually barely want to come into this shape and only feel a little stretch. Keep trying to relax your lower back. And as you may have found your shape now, enjoy following your breath. How do you feel? Stretching into the left side, our feminine energy, Ida. Check in with the quality of your breath. Has it become long and steady? We're going to take another minute here. So just draw your awareness to your breath. Follow the rise and fall of the belly and the chest. Just stay with the moment, with the breath. And gently now, let's just draw our body back into neutral spine. So uncross your feet, just come back into the centre. Have a moment here. Draw the upper body into centre too. And really noticing what you're feeling. Only moving really a few inches top and bottom. And feeling that stretch. Relax through your upper back and your neck. And so we'll come into the other side now and take 5 minutes. So feet over to the lower left corner, left foot over the right ankle, shuffling shoulders top left. And I always tend to just sort of relax, release the buttocks into this nice shape that we're coming into, this curved shape. Just finding the best position for your head and how the chin and neck feel. Relaxing your arms and hands. Check in on the left and the right side of your waist. If there's a little bit of tension on the left,
Trying to relax there and lower back. And just enjoy lovely, long, deep breaths. Relaxing the belly muscles, the sides of your waist. How do you feel? Stimulating the masculine side, the right side now, Pingala. How does this stretch feel? Is it softening even more? Do you need to move into the pose a bit more? Just take 3 conscious breaths as we come towards the end of this pose. And when you're ready, just finding your way back, lifting the shoulders, coming back to center, bringing the legs back. Having just a few moments here just to adjust. And if you sort of think about how your spine is, the structure of your spine, letting all the cartilage between the vertebrae sort of even out. Lovely spongy cartilage supporting us. Nice deep breaths. And then bring the knees in. We'll have a nice little hug and a rock. And then choosing if you want to come into a lying position or come up to seated. How do you feel? How does your body feel? So decide where you'd like to take your relaxation. And if you've still got your blanket over you, can pop it around your shoulders. Got a lovely little book that I like to dip into every now and then, and it's sort of full of passages, little stories. It's a collection of just really interesting things to read. So often I just open a page, and if what I read resonates with me for that particular day or time, then I'll read it. And this is what I actually found earlier. It's called The Eyes of Rumi by John Mundell. And it's just a simple observation, I think, from him. So I'll read it to you. I met a saint in Walmart once. I was standing in line, waiting to check out. An elderly woman was behind the register. You should be home, I thought, not standing on your feet all day. But then I watched her greet everyone, man or woman, adult or child, young or old, clean or dirty, crabby or kind, rushed or patient, angry or calm, black or white, tattoos, spiked hair, mohawks or bald. None of it mattered to her. She truly greeted each person with eyes of love, including me. I never forgot her, and I still see her face on long days when I need a blessing. A very, very simple observation, but one that resonated with this particular person and stayed with him. Observing how a person could meet everybody with loving eyes, and just seeing the unfolding of God or the divine in every single person without any judgment. Although they may be extremely different from how she was herself. And another thing that I hear from Wayne Dyer that I often think about in relation to judgment. And he says, do not judge, lest you too be judged. And that always comes back to me, and that little piece really resonated with that idea that so many people are different, and so many people do initially judge, but to see the unfolding of the divine source in all of us is a beautiful place to be. I'm going to just let you sit with that. Maybe kind of meander through your day, noticing what you have noticed too.
As you lie there or sit there, just drawing your awareness back gently. No need to move. Just coming back from whatever thoughts came to mind after that little passage, and the focus may be on judgment. Judge not, lest you too be judged. Something that comes to my mind often. And coming from our higher selves, when we can just greet everyone that we meet, with how different they are from us, that they are too part of the divine. And also extending that thought to the people that we come across in the media and the news that we may judge and look upon unfavourably, all the things that are going on in the world. Extending that kind of higher thought process to everyone on the planet. So have a few moments. Maybe that would be something that you digest a little bit more later on. Certainly something that sits with me quite often. So have a moment to wiggle fingers and toes and move in any way that starts to feel nice. And just notice how your body feels, how you feel emotionally and mentally, even spiritually. We do touch on some deep, interesting things in yoga at times. So if you're lying down, have a little moment to hug your knees in and rock. Take a couple of deep breaths. Enjoy this being in your body and very present to it a few moments longer. And rolling up to seated when you're ready. Take a few breaths as you just settle in a seated position. And then bringing hands to heart. Om Shanti. Namaste.